We'll take questions. Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I would give St. Louis a lot of credit. I think when you lose a key player like that, it's there's going to be adjustments to everything you do, and I would also say, I told the team this before the game. I wish I wasn't so right, but I was right. I said, hey, look, like we prepared for Collins, who's terrific and a great player, but like, hey, Perkins is first team all league. Hey, Pickett was 12 points a game in the SEC, right? Jimerson's their leading scorer. Two other high major transfers in the front court. A very good team, right? And so, again, I would give them a lot of credit. I don't think we're going to have. We shot 9 of 33 from three, and quite honestly, like some of those threes were late. Like it's going to be hard for us to win shooting that poorly.
Questions? Patrick?
What do you think happens there at the start of the second half?
Man, I don't know. I did call 2 timeouts, so it's not like I didn't try to stop it. I did, and I tried to hoard the timeouts, but you couldn't in that situation. I thought their physicality at the rim was apparent. I think for us, we did have a couple of threes that were probably in and out. And again, we did not play good offense. That's on me. We didn't get the ball into the paint much, and they're gonna have to watch why. But the threes that we did take, if they go in, and one I think was like really in, you stop the bleeding a little bit there, and we certainly missed them all, and we tried to stop the bleeding, but I was proud of the guys to get to where we were cut it to 2, and they took it right back to the rim, and we're trying a lot of different things. Our depth could be an issue there too as we're coming back.
James Bishop was 5 of 23 from the field today, 3 of 15 from 3.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously he's James Bishop. The offense flows through him, but at what point does it not?
I just think we lose when he shoots 5 of 23 from 3. Like, it's real simple. I don't like. I think Brendan had a good night. Ricky didn't score. Well, he didn't score. Max had a good night, but yeah, I think James did have 6 assists and he had 14 points, but we're so contingent upon really the 5 starters, and then Noel's done a great job. But if we have 2 of those guys, and because we're not constructed defensively, like that's what I told the guy. That was the message. Not the shooting. It's, hey, listen, like we're trying defensively, and I think we're getting a little bit better there at times. But ultimately, if somebody can go into your home court and shoot 52%, like you've got to make enough shots to win those games. It's not a great feeling, home or road. That you're gonna have to make shots to win every night, no matter what, from like 3 guys. So that's where you wish you could. I thought Noel did a really good job defensively when he was in, and you wish we could just make a little bit more progress there. And again, some of that is credit St. Louis.
Hey, you always mentioned depth, and this report Keegan's now out.
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely. So what does that mean for your rotation? Are you going to look to play smaller, or take guys out faster?
It means you just don't have many choices, to be honest. And so I think one of the hardest things is when you have a lot of guys and you're trying to figure out what the best, for me, hey, first time head coach, I don't have to really think too much about subbing. That's going to be the easy part. But again, you're going to want to have to play from a lead, right? Because then if you're charging back like we were and we did, you're a little bit expended at that point, energy-wise.
Do you think Max was a little gassed there toward the end, just a little bit?
Yeah, it's probably like freshman. I was like, why'd you take me out? I'm playing good. Because it didn't look like you could take one more step. That's why.
Dave.
Chris, you talked about Perkins earlier. He had 2 huge stretches at the beginning of the second half when they had that run, and then when you got it down to 1 possession, I think he had 6 of their next 8. What was the biggest challenge in trying to contain him?
The guy's a really good player. I just think he had an injury I understand he had an injury, right? And so he was a first-team All-League player that came off an injury. And you know, when you look at Collins and him, I'd say that you know, at least two like first-team All-League type players, right? So he's very good. He's got great positional size. He's got a feel for how to play. You know, my guys that are guards are really good, but they're not like big. You know, this guy Perkins is probably what 6'6" or 7 even maybe, and he's a guard. He's not a wing player. You know, he's a handler, and they played him, you know, some at the point, you know, without Collins, and a very, very good player who, you know, I think he's just trying to manage his return from his injury.
With Dean coming into foul trouble there in the first half, what did you like from Noel for the rest of the first half?
Well, Noel has really done a nice job defensively, I thought, with his physicality. The way we're playing pick and rolls probably benefits him, and he finished some plays. I mean, sometimes it can be an adventure, right? But he was 4 for 4 in the first half, and so he's such a good guy. He wants so badly to do well, and I'm very happy that, you know, he's playing, you know, playing well defensively, making an impact on offense at the rim at times.
I said to someone, if you came a month ago, I think Brown and Maximus, they look like different players. Is that coming on their own? Is that a combination of film work? Is it just share us a little bit? Come on, they're doing really, really well for you.
I mean, you know, you'd like to think that's what we do, right? I mean, I think if you look at those two, you know, they've made big improvements. They've been willing learners. I think it, you know, kind of throw tonight away, I guess. I would say Brendan, James, and Ricky are having career years, right? And you want that to be the theme, you know, so that you can tell people, hey, listen, like, this is what it's like here. You guys get better, and then you become a guy who we've added a lot of value to your career by what we're doing. And again, I would like to be a lot better defensively. It bothers me that we're not. So that part of it bothers me. The shooting tonight doesn't. It bothers me because you wish some of them would go in, but I wish we could make them miss a little bit more.
The lead was 17 at one point in the second half. I know it was still a loss, but to be able to bring that back to 4 points to a one possession a game late in the second half, what can you say about the resiliency, the fight back from your team? Some of those guys, they could have easily put their heads down early in that second half and it could have gotten out of hand, but your team fought back. What can you say about that?
Yeah, I was I'm proud that they've done that, and they've really done it all year. There have been many times where that was not the case. I don't want that to be the theme around here, you know. But it's good. It's a good starting point. You know, I feel like a little bit. I let them down a little bit today. I could have maybe done some things, maybe to help them a little bit in that stretch, you know. And so that's where I'll feel bad about that, but I won't feel bad about their effort. I thought their effort was pretty good.
And then, not to look forward to Monday, it's a quick turnaround though. And you being a part of both sides of this rivalry, just what can you expect Monday, MLK Day, George Mason, George Washington?
I think it's a great idea to play the game. It really wasn't much a part of any rivalry because we didn't really play when I was there. We did play the last 2 years. We lost here, and then we won at our place. But obviously, it'll be nice to see some familiar faces, and I think you know, when I go back there, I'll just think about all the people, you know, that I interacted with in my time there for 9 years. So that'll be fun.
Is there a reason why it just seems like there's a lot of, I don't want to say excitement, but the energy level just seems to get up? I mean, last year's game just seemed like an explosive, exciting game to watch on a holiday.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's great that we're playing on MLK Day. I think obviously our proximity, you know, should create a great rivalry. Both programs have had historical success, and you know, basketball is really important in the DMV. I mean, it is. I mean, it's high school basketball is important, college basketball is important. We have an NBA team that people are, you know, passionate about. So for me, to be a part of that is twice now, 2 different times is great. excited to be a part of that.
One more if we got it.